everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1985 movie Silver Bullet. The movie is directed by Dan Attias and written by Stephen King, and this is based on his novella, The Cycle of the Werewolf. And this movie follows a young boy who lives in a small town with his family, and there's a werewolf like preying on people throughout the different months and everything in this small town and everything. And Marty happens to see the werewolf, and he kind of figures out who it is and everything, and he's wanting to, with the help of his sister and uncle, try to get rid of this werewolf. This is one of my favorite Stephen King movies. It's one that I've seen many times and everything. It's just one that I really like a lot. I love the book that it's based on too, and it is pretty faithful to the book as well, and everything. It's pretty good adaptation. The cast is all pretty good in here. Corey Haim plays Marty, and I think he's really good in this movie. And Marty's like a paraplegic character. He like uses a motor wheelchair and stuff in this movie, and his uncle builds him this really cool motorcycle type wheelchair that's really cool and everything. But he's really good in the role. I think this is one of my favorite movies of his and everything. Megan Follows plays his sister Jane, and she does a really good job too, and everything. Throughout most of the movie, she acts like she doesn't really like Marty and everything, like she's jealous of him because he gets his way all the time, because his parents seem to let him get away with pretty much anything because they feel bad for him and everything. But I love their relationship and everything. I love the way that their relationship is written. And like at the beginning of the movie, Marty's friend scares her and messes up her pantyhose and her dress and everything, and you can tell that Marty really feels bad about it and everything, but she doesn't really think that he does and everything. And then like a couple scenes later, he's trying to give her the money to replace it and everything. It's just a really nice scene and everything. It really shows their relationship and everything. I thought that was really cool, and I also like how they show his relationship with his Uncle Red, who's played by Gary Busey, who was like really over the top in this movie. A lot of the acting in this movie is really over the top and everything, and Gary Busey is really over the top in it, but I think he really fits the character really well though, and he had really good chemistry with both Corey Haim and Megan Follows and everything. The rest of the supporting cast is pretty good. A lot of them like overact in scenes and stuff, but it's still pretty good. The werewolf, as the movie progresses, we find out the werewolf is actually the preacher or reverend of the small town, Reverend Lester Lowe, and everything. And he's played by Everett McGill. I think he does a good job playing him too. There's some really weird scenes though with him. There's a scene he has this nightmare of he's doing a funeral and everybody in the room turns into werewolves, and there's like a werewolf playing a piano, and it's a really weird scene and everything. But I still like it. I think it's a pretty good scene. But yeah, no, I think Silver Bullet is it's a really good movie. The special effects in this some of it, like the kills and stuff, are pretty good. Like some of the special effects on the kills, like where he decapitates the guy, and some of the way they're shot, it's like really cheesy, but it's also got some good gore and stuff and everything. But the way the werewolf looks doesn't really look like a werewolf. He actually more looks like a bear. He looks like a big, like a giant brown bear or black bear and everything. But I think it was kind of unique that they made the wolf look a little bit different than they do in some werewolf movies. I mean, but yeah, he looks kind of weird, but I think it's still pretty cool. The special effects are pretty cool, like when they show him turning into the werewolf and everything. They're not on the same level as some werewolf movies, like American Werewolf in London. It's not that kind of good special effects, but I still think it looks pretty good though. Although it does kind of look cheesy and stuff, because it has that 80s cheesy feel to it. Now, I really like the score by Jay Chataway. I think his score was really good. I really love, like, there's parts of it where it just has this really soft sound to it and everything. And then there's parts when it gets darker that it kind of helps with the atmosphere of the movie and everything. I think that was really cool too. And there is another really cheesy special effect where Marty shoots a firecracker into the eye of the werewolf. It looks really, really cheesy and stuff. It doesn't look very good, but it's also amusing at the same time. It kind of reminded me of the scene in Friday the 13th Part 3 when Jason does that thing with the arrow in the eye and everything. But I think that that looks better than this. So it's just the way the way the werewolf looks. It just doesn't look very good. But I'd take the way that the werewolf looks in this over them having him completely CGI and stuff like they would if it was made nowadays. And I'd rather see crappy practical effects than crappy CGI effects. But I really like this movie mainly because of its characters and everything, even though some of them are really over the top and everything. But this is just a really enjoyable movie. It's pretty underrated too. I know it does. I know it has a cult following, and some Stephen King fans really do like this movie. But I think this one doesn't really get a lot of credit for being a really good movie and everything. But I think this is a really, really good Stephen King adaptation and stuff, and it's pretty underrated. It's also one of my most favorite werewolf movies, which I haven't seen a lot of werewolf movies, so I'm not for sure how. I think this one probably even is my favorite werewolf movie that I've seen, but really, to be honest, besides this one, the only other werewolf movies I've really seen are American Werewolf in London, which I'll be reviewing later this month, and the original Wolfman, and the remake of the Wolfman from 2010, so, but yeah, I really did enjoy this movie and everything, so let me know in the comments what you think of Silver Bullet, and, everything. Do you think it's underrated, and do you think it's a really good movie like I do, or do you think it sucks, or let me know what you think about it, and, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry that this is late. I've been kind of behind on my 31 Days of Horror because I was reviewing the View Askew universe movies and everything, so that's the reason why I've been behind and everything. I'm gonna get caught up and everything over the next day or two, hopefully, and I'll get back on track. So, but anyway, hope you guys enjoy this video, and have a good day, everybody.